Hello my friends, I'm Duchess and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is a Webtoon with me and I'm going to talk about some Webtoon concerns that I have as a creator. Let's get started. So I'm working on episode 9 of my Webtoon, The Unexpected Enchantress, and this is a super special panel for the episode. I wonder if there's an actual term for that kind of panel. I'll just call it fully rendered for now. Anyway, this particular panel is going to take me some time because I want it to look really nice, so I'm going to start working on it when I complete the line art. I'll probably do the coloring and the rendering for the next video. Alright, so there are a few topics that I want to talk about in regards to Webtoon, and this is coming from the perspective of an amateur Webtoon comic creator. The first thing I wanted to talk about is art style. By October this year, I will have been a Webtoon Canvas creator for 2 years, and I still don't know that much. At the same time, I probably know more than a newbie creator, hopefully. Throughout my Webtoon journey, I have struggled a lot with my art style, and that's just because I still have so much to learn, and there's so much more potential for me to grow as an artist, a writer, and as a creator. I've experimented more than I ever had this past year than I have before, so my art style is always having these altercations being made, which eventually leads to my art style looking different. When I'm on Instagram or any social media and I see art that I like, I try to apply it to my own style so that my art can get better. You know, like you learn new things by observing. So every time I learn new things, I add it to my art, and so my art always changes little by little until I have a completely new style. And as a Webtoon creator or any social media artist, it can be stressful because, you know, I always worry that my readers, followers, or subscribers will drop my work because the art style is not consistent. But I've come to accept the fact that it doesn't really matter if others lose interest in your work. If your current supporters unfollow or unsubscribe because they don't like it, then it's fine. It's not worth stressing over or feeling like you are failing at whatever you're aiming to do. Plus, if you like your art style or like what you're doing, then that's all that matters, because in order to create and keep creating, you need to be happy with yourself and what you're producing. Plus, everyone in the world has their own preferences, so even if people do end up leaving, there will be other people out there who will like and appreciate your art and your effort. I'm not 100% immune to this kind of thing. I used to worry about this a lot, and I'd always ask my followers, especially on Instagram, is it okay if I do this kind of line art instead of this, or should I change the way that I shade, or should I do this instead of doing this? Is it too messy? You know? And many kind and understanding people reached out to me, and they always tell me it doesn't matter and that my happiness and health comes first. And over time, I really began to understand that, and I really do prioritize my health over what other people would prefer more. So always remember that. Another topic I wanted to talk about was episode length. I have to make a time management Webtoon video one of these days. Or, yeah, I mean, I don't really... Oh, that's a story for another time. As you may know, I do struggle quite a lot with my Webtoon because I'm a full-time college student. I have 8 siblings and I can get really busy. I struggle to find time to do some things that I want, but I have to have priorities. A lot of us have many things that we have to do, you know, like go to work and a bunch of other things. So Webtoon is definitely one of my priorities, but there's just not enough time in a day for me to work on it for hours upon hours each week. If I'm lucky, I get to work on my Webtoon for 8 hours in a single week. It may seem like a lot, but it really is a long process, and sometimes you mess up and you can't really draw that day, or you have art block the day that you planned to work on it. So yeah, it can be tough and it sucks. That's why I only upload about 8 to 12 panels a week, and sometimes, well, rarely, I upload 16 panels. But that's like when I am doing really well with my work, and I think it's okay to post more than I usually do, but I can also post as little as 4 panels. And those are usually the days or the weeks that I have a lot of exams for school. It just depends on my progress. Since I don't upload many panels, I'm often concerned about losing readers because the uploads are always so short and they might lose interest over time. I saw many comments where the readers were complaining about the episode being shorter than usual, or the author needs to be considerate of the readers and upload twice a week, or that they need to upload more in general. I haven't gotten these kinds of comments, but I'd have to say that it would be so discouraging to get one. You might think it's not that much work, but it really is, so please be considerate. You don't see what happens behind the scenes and how much work the creators have to put into their webtoon, or all of the things that they sacrifice to create their amazing stories. I mean, do you think webtoon creators just like mess around all week and then draw everything in one day? That's not possible. For artists, creators, and writers, editors, etc., working on a comic can be a lot of work. Many of them get neck and back pains, body pains in general from bad posture, and even if they have good posture, you still ache. Some get numbness in their hands or arthritis, and it can be tough. The most important thing to keep in mind as a creator is to take care of yourself. You come first, and you have to protect yourself. Do what your body can handle. You can work hard, but don't overwork yourself to the point where creating is no longer enjoyable. Or if you're having really bad hand pains or back pains or neck pains, stop, take a break. The last thing I wanted to talk about was rating. All webtoons have a rating. You can rate them and give them up to 10 stars and as little as a half star or 1 star. I'm not sure. When I was first starting out a year ago, my webtoon had decent ratings. Maybe 9.5 stars. I only had 50 or maybe 100 followers at the time, and someone or some people had rated my webtoon pretty poorly. I think it went down to 8 or 7 stars at one point. It was a bit depressing for me because I literally just put myself out there. I just started, I'm brand new, and I was like a little baby, I hadn't even learned anything yet. Of course, I didn't get too discouraged, and I just kept working hard on my webtoon, and eventually my ratings went back up to 9+ stars. A few days ago, a friend of mine also mentioned the same thing happening to her. Her ratings tanked because someone or some people rated hers badly. I'm not sure if people who give bad ratings are giving genuine bad ratings because they really actually don't like it, or maybe they're competitors and they want to decrease the ratings of all their competitors, or maybe they're just haters who want to make others feel bad. But anyway, it's still a sad thing to do. Some of you might be thinking now, well, I probably got a bad rating because my story isn't good, or my art is terrible anyway. So, okay, maybe your comic isn't the best comic in the world. Maybe you could write something better. I mean, if you're being logical about it, okay, that might be true. But maybe you're still learning and still have room to improve. And so maybe right now it's not the best work that you've ever made, but you can get there eventually if you keep working on it. But regardless of what others do or say to you, just focus on yourself and ignore people who are rude. Even if they do give you a bad rating or any of the other things I've mentioned in this video, just keep working on it and you will see improvement over time. If you focus on your satisfaction, eventually you won't really care what they say or do. Anyway, for anyone who is hoping to publish their comic on Webtoon or are going to, don't hesitate to do it because of all of these things that could happen. If that's how we lived our lives, then no one would ever swim in the ocean, go on a roller coaster, take a plane flight, drive in a car, cross the street, or even cut an apple. Because there are always terrible things that can happen to you. So just do it. There's no harm in doing so. One last reminder before I end this video, take care of yourself, and I hope you like my drawing. I'll complete it in the next video. That is all I have for you guys this week. If you guys enjoyed this week's video or learned something new, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get notified. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next week.